Hey there, everybody. This is Jerison again, back with another episode of The Daily Show, NDBaker93. I'm here with my coworker, Alec, and we're creating a new project together. Thought we would tell you about it. Introduce yourself.
I thought we'd kind of go into it, but yeah, my name is Alec. I don't want to take too much credit, but this started out as a proposal I made, and now I'm working with Jerison on it.
What are you working on?
So we had this idea for a comic book based around Thumoslang. It's supposed to be a story. It takes place in space with a group of people stuck on a spaceship together who are forced to work with each other to survive. One human, 4 aliens, and they have to figure out how they can socially cohese with each other.
This is the first time we've ever worked together on a major project, and we're really excited. Alec has been writing for a long time, and I have created a lot of other things, but never worked to make a large fictional piece. So this is going to be one of the first times I've ever gotten the chance to do it, and I'm really excited, especially because I'm doing it with him.
So what are you doing?
I am helping co-write mostly. At least Alec is a project leader. He's the person who is kind of commanding what the comic and the project is going to look like in totality. And he asked me to help him as a writer, where he asked some of our other coworkers to take on different roles. So I'm excited to help him and do my best to make a good story for people to see.
So how many people are on this project?
Currently 2, or 3 if we count you.
What about Norman?
Oh yeah, that's it. I asked Norman to draw a spaceship design that I made that looks really bad in Microsoft Paint.
Okay. So what, you asked him to like make a better version of your sketch?
Yes.
Okay. So I forgot to tell you actually, we have a little bit of news.
You got the sketch?
No, not that. But there is a man named Ari, who I don't know if you've met.
I met him once.
Okay. He has written a book, or helped write a book before, called Orion's Arm, the Orion's Arm Project. It was a space epic, right? All focused around science fiction and telling like fantasy stories through a kind of a galactic adventure, right? And he loves, first off, he's an incredible illustrator, and he loves everything sci-fi. So he actually has been speaking with Norman and offering to help do the illustration for the project, as well as he's really interested in potentially helping co-write because he loves this type of work.
I think it'd be best if he worked on world building in that case, since I'd prefer to have control of the characters and the plot structure.
Okay. He actually has done a lot of world building. So it would...
Yeah. So were you going to something else?
No, I actually didn't know what would be best for him to like do alongside us. That's why I thought it would be best to find out what he wants to do and then talk to you about where he would potentially be able to fit in with what we're doing.
What does he illustrate?
He illustrated a book cover. It's called the Orion's Arm book series, and it's beautiful. He made it by hand, and then he like altered it with graphic design. But basically, it was a giant. It was the image of a person like in a spaceship, getting what's it called? Like kind of commanding it, right? And he does a lot of art, like by hand, as well as art by what's it called? Graphic design, right? And as well as him, there's another person. Her name's Zoe. And,
yeah, I know Zoe.
Right, and she has actually offered to help do the art design. She's like a very talented artist. And so her and I are talking about potentially speaking on Saturday. So I was gonna see what she was willing to do.
Oh, cool.
So that
Yeah, it seems to be turning out well.
yeah, that would be 2 more people for the project.
Yeah, potentially so far, but yeah.
I was wondering what else you like really require as like the project lead.
So we have story, people to make the story, the universe, the design. I think maybe narrowing down the best publisher would be it. Like self-publish, should we get someone else to do it? Company.
I actually don't know anything about publishing. Is it like a difficult?
It's not difficult, but if you self-publish it, it's all that really happens is basically they make your book exist. But if you go through a publisher, they might have, like they might help advertise and stuff.
Okay.
But also they might be like, oh well, you have to take this part out because we don't want that associated with our company.
Okay. And do you want this to be a physical or an ebook?
Both.
Okay.
Also, I was thinking we could have like issues. You know how comic books are, like at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. No, it's not like. Well, yeah, that too. But it's not like a normal book where it's like flat on the side. It's just like a corner. So I was thinking we could have a bunch of those and then a compilation of all of them.
What do you mean by not flat on the side?
Oh, well, you know how a book looks on the side, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's the 2 covers and then the side one. And then
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
That's all my questions. Do you have any more questions for us, Nick?
So how long have you been doing this project?
This project since Wednesday.
Well,
Thursday?
we were all together on Monday.
When did we think of this though? Was it?
It was right after the last Haven, while we were.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. It wasn't after Haven.
Well, I'm confused. What do you mean?
No.
Think of what?
Well, when did I propose this idea?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Mentoring meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't Monday.
Okay. So that was what was Norman there?
No, he was on the phone. You're
That's
getting those
why.
2 things mixed up.
That's why. Okay. So yeah, we've been working on this project for the past 5 days then.
Yes.
Okay.
How long you think it's would take?
Depends on once we figure out the story, that will be easily determined.
Take to do what? The first like season or the whole project?
Both.
First, let's go by issue, because I think that's kind of hard to say right now, just because we need to determine the exact plot and how it will go down.
So if you're doing estimates, like months, 3 months, 4 months,
Maybe like 5.
5 months to have the first issue done,
No, to have the whole thing done.
the whole season.
The whole series.
Okay.
Because I don't know if we're on the same page, but I wouldn't want it to be long.
Okay.
So what does the final product looks like?
Well, the final product of the plot would communicate Thumoslang. Maybe not explicitly using the term Thumoslang, but communicating Thumoslang concepts to the viewer. And physically, it would look like a book, which would have all the whole comic series in it, all the issues.
Mm-hmm.
When you say comic series, what are the components in the series?
So every single issue. So it would be say there's 6 issues. So there's 6 small booklets basically, each containing the story of the comic, that part of it, and then the final one would be all 6 of those combined into a whole book.
So you have 6 different themes, or 6 different topics, or 6 different
No,
what
just
in terms
6
of?
different parts. I'm not sure if they'll be divided any specific way or not.
I see. And how thick is one issue?
Once again, it's to be determined. It depends on, first of all, it depends on how big we make the pages. We could make them like 3 by 6. We could make them 8 by 10. Like the first book I wrote, in my notebook, it was 151 pages. When I typed it into a Microsoft doc, it was 110 or 111. And then when I published it, which was 6 by 9, it was 228.
I see.
So you're thinking each issue would be like longer than a chapter, or
A few chapters, yeah.
okay, so maybe 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you thinking that we might structure the character arcs? Like, what kind of concepts are we trying to show people, like in the comic?
I haven't thought too much about it. I haven't thought as much about the concepts as I thought about the characters. I thought I could make all the characters first and kind of how I want them to turn out, and then apply the concepts to them afterwards.
Okay. So, have you considered any of the things like leadership or
Leadership especially, yeah.
okay? How are you thinking you might introduce leadership into the story?
In a pretty literal way of it being thrust upon the main character, that position.
Okay. So he's forced to be a leader.
Yeah, and he has to figure it out as it's happening.
Okay.